Thank you, thank you. And just for everyone who's watching, Akoin has been pulled into a flurry this morning, which we've been dealing with some emergencies that we are real time while we're on this conference. We've been rescheduling him for tomorrow. So please, he really wants to share in this journey and joy with us. So please watch for announcements for tomorrow for Akoin to be here. It's been a bit of a flurry, but we as an Akoin team power on. And for this session, Bradley, so glad you're joining us. And I think a lot of people are not aware of what social money is, what it can mean for creators. So I think before talking about why we, and I'm going to say John in particular, just got so crazy excited about how Akoin can partner with Roll. If you could describe what is social money, what is Roll doing, and even how you came into this. I know that's a big question, but I'm curious myself, what inspired this. So if you could take a bit of time, Bradley, that'd be really great.
Yeah, it all started when we just, started researching digital assets in sort of the, middle of the previous decade, around 2015, 2016. And, we just saw a lot of themes going on. There's this never-ending relationship between creators and their community. And there's some pretty cool platforms that have established and deepened that relationship, like Patreon, allowing you to become patrons, and even Twitch with their subscribe buttons. You're seeing new things like OnlyFans and others start to kind of take that to the next level. And we really just thought, where would this all end up? If an audience can subscribe to a creator, what would be the natural endpoint where things would conclude? And we started to thinking and see that if creators have their own culture and some have their own language or fan club, we thought it could be really interesting if they have their own economics, their own money as well. And what this allows a creator and their community to do, what social money actually does, is allow that value to be driven between sort of the creator and their audience quite seamlessly. So Roll is actually a set of tools that makes that as easy as the traditional platforms people use today. So people can come to Roll, they could create their own social money, they could send it, they could receive it, they could trade it, which we can get into later. We've seen massive markets get established on Roll. And we're just getting started, as I always like to say. Next year is going to be insane. Super excited about what we're developing together, and excited for the panel as well.
You're just getting rolling.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, and what's really cool here is if you haven't seen a lot today, Erhan, who runs this entire BlockDown conference, connected us, and this is really special for me because I know what we're focused on at Akoin, tools and services for Africa. And I got really excited about what I saw that Roll was doing. I introduced it to John, knowing that we have within Akoin and John's world in particular, so many creators within that ecosystem. And so when you spoke to us, and I'd like to pass it to you, John, in terms of what got you most excited about how we can supercharge this and power this through a relationship between Akoin and Roll, I think that would be wonderful. So please do share, John.
Well, as we have a whole bunch of business leaders, social impact leaders, athletes, entertainers from film, TV, music globally, and have a big global footprint, as I started to get to know Bradley and I saw the way that he was using his good karma to save the whales and more, I thought that there was a way that people could activate and reward their communities in creating social money, and ways that we could do that in really unique partnership strategies, both by providing a set of tools and systems, but also by being innovative in giving them customized ways that, again, they can engage, empower, and reward their fans, their friends, their people that are like-minded, et cetera. And so when I looked at the kind of the value creation / engagement increase that Roll offered in some really unique ways, Bradley will just tell you, and you'll see his smile in a second, when I say that I got incredibly excited, and you cost me some sleep there, Mr. Miles, because I think that it's almost a limitless set of tools where the only limitation is that creator, influencer, athlete, business or social impact leaders. The only limitation is their imagination. So ways that they can come up with to engage, empower, activate, and reward the people around them and that want to be around them is really special, unique, and in my opinion, virtually limitless. And so as we looked at some of the things that they were doing at Roll, and we thought about our community, not just in America or in music or in entertainment and sports, and we started thinking about some of our teams and relationships in China, in India, in Africa, across Europe, Latin America, ways that people that are doing one thing and maybe want to be doing more, want to be using their influence and their passion to do more. It was a very unique set of, again, tools and services that completely aligns with our vision. And I could probably take this whole session just talking about some of the things that I'm excited about it because, Milk, you cost me some sleep, buddy. I'm just super excited.
Talking about Roll. And this reminds me, and Bradley, I wanted you to drill down even further because, we go into it as John's stating, how to activate, reward your community. So many people, again, industry leaders, artists, creators. Share a bit, if you wouldn't mind, Bradley, about some of the examples you've seen, whether it's Karma or Whale, about how people are activating their community with Whale, which we are looking to help our collection of artists and creators, whether it's US, Asia, into Africa. So we're coming into Africa with this. How do you help creators create activation experiences where the community is rewarded with Roll?
Yeah, so Roll and Social Money, I'd say, are all about creating this sense of belonging, this sense of place within a community. We all consume content, we all, click on posts, etc. The concept of having your own money and existing with that long after consuming content is really special, and I think it's going to help define the decade. And so Roll is all about recreating that feeling and doing that through social money. And a lot of the things that we do are, just sort of the easy transmission and sending of social money. We have a nice sort of view, almost 300 creators in now. Some have been wildly successful beyond our wildest dreams. So markets that are, bigger than some startups in sort of Silicon Valley, to be frank. And a lot of this activity has to do with recreating what social can be. When you have your own social money, you can actually become the platform yourself. And what that means is ownership and control, but it also means value. So some of the things that we're seeing are traditional platforms that, people always use and love, whether it's like a Discord or Telegram or some of these groups. You can actually create ways to allow your community to engage in the group only if they have a certain amount of your social money. And so this is extremely interesting because for three reasons. So one, it allows, it sort of recreates this sort of Patreon paradigm where, you can only get in if you sort of, you're a subscriber. But the other two things are uniquely new, I think, to this decade in concept. So one, you were never really able to, if I'm subscribed to someone on Patreon or Twitch, you're never really able to own a piece of the community. That concept is not fathomable in traditional platforms and systems. Whether it's something like Whale or Karma, so those are social money from two different creators, Whale Shark and Andrew Lee, giving someone a piece of your karma, giving someone some whale, it's sort of a finite resource, what we like to say a form of social gold, as a play on sort of Bitcoin's digital gold. And, owning a piece of this thing not only, matters to the holder, they'll want to acquire more. It'll give them points of access. And then the third point is this is all interoperable in a blockchain-based system. These aren't Twitch points or, Mixer points or Facebook coins or something like that. This is sort of real branded digital currency that's specific to an audience that can be traded, bought, and sold against any other currency globally at any given time. So it's a really special proposition that we're putting forward, and we're super excited.
You described that so well, and it gets me thinking about, this attracted us for all the reasons John conveyed, and we also look at Akoin, who again will be doing many releases on this with Akoin also, because he's very excited. He's created Akoin, right? And so he's been through the process of how you create a coin, a token, an asset attached to your name. And for all of those watching, we have some airdrops coming out. We have some NFTs coming out. So we're sort of playing around in those spaces. This becomes, we look at it as Akon's leadership and setting the stage for how to do this. It will really be an inspiration as we start to herald new creators and artists into our Akoin role ecosystem. But these tools are very powerful that, to your point, they can have their own token. You're doing all the, I know what the blockchain work is, right? So
yeah.
Creators who are watching this, go to Roll, because it's a lot of work. You don't want to do it. So Roll is going to do that. And all of a sudden you have a token that, to your point, a social money value to put on all the activities you do, whether it's, come and do a private chat station with me, or come to my event, or something about my book. I mean, any type of creator. And that it starts to have not just to your community, which is so important. All of our Akoin users here really feel excited about our NFT, what they're going to hold. But it starts to have, to your point, interoperability on the global market. Well, I think you said Web 3.0, and it gets me excited because this is definitely next level stuff that we are dealing with here. Please do go to Roll and come in through our Akoin Roll channel, because we're going to handhold all of you beautiful creators in our world, because we wanted to create a special world just for you. John, anything you would like to add in terms of, we're moving fast, so things you'd like to add in terms of this relationship, things to look out for? We have many announcements coming out. I think Decrypt picked us up already, and many around this. So, John, anything to add before we wrap for our day?
Sure. I think the real key is that it's very limitless, whether it's something that's applicable to a graphic artist, a musical artist, film and television, an influencer, an athlete, a social impact leader, a business leader, anybody that has or wants to build a like-minded community. There are unique and special tools and services to be able to do that. We'll be putting out ways for people to engage not only with Roll, but with our activation team within it. And our mission is to not have one size fits all, but to be able to customize and expand on all of the possibilities of the system to create unique and engaging experiences for people to, again, build, reward, activate their communities. And that's one of the things that got me so excited about it: the flexibility, the versatility, the range of ways that people can use what Bradley and Sid and their team have built. It's incredibly impressive, and we're enormously passionate about it, to the degree where we actually have some executives that are building out a whole ecosystem to help activate people as they try Roll.
Try Roll. And again, for all of our audience, because I know many from Africa are watching this too, we are coming, and I know Chris, the moderator you've seen all day, is working with us on Akoin Effect Opportunity Hubs. You'll see this in our press coming out today. You will be able to go into these hubs and learn how to create your world within Roll, and how to create your own social money, and how to reward your audience. So we really want to take this breast of breed thinking. Again, this is really cutting edge, and we just were blown away with the Roll team, because you've done it, right? You really walked the first 200 creators through this system, and we're looking to expand that with you. So all the way to Africa. Thank you so much, Bradley, for being our last session of the day.
My pleasure.
So much more coming. So this is just a hint to the future. And I want to thank everyone for joining with us. Look forward. We're working hard. If you saw me texting, John texting, we're trying to get Akoin from his live European session into this session, but we're looking for it tomorrow, because he is so excited about what we're doing. And we want you to hear it from his voice also. It's really important, because he is the man behind, in front of, and on the side of this ship that keeps us all moving, and around the clock, up at night. So thank you to everyone. And please stay on. There is a AKN NFT, non-fungible token. It's our first one coming out with Engine. It's an experience you don't want to miss, QR code swiping. So please stay on, and I'm going to pass it back to Chris. Thank you, Bradley. Thank you for letting me
guys. Pleasure. Talk soon.
Thanks, everyone.